Okay, cool. So if you asked me where I wanted to go on a trip and I was looking at you, I would probably say like I want to go to like Tibet or Tajikistan or Cochabamba, Bolivia, or somewhere that sounds like, oh, what makes you pick her that? Where'd that come from? But if someone's offering to pay and they tell you can go on a cruise, that's like the most exciting thing. And I'm gonna be like, oh, well, yeah, I guess I'll go on a cruise and babysit and like, you know, go on, take your kid out of the country and everything. That'll be okay. Yeah, I'll have a nice time. And really, I was totally excited. I wanted to have this whole air about me of being like, oh, you know, I'm worldly and I like all these things that are, you know, not everything that everyone else likes. But when you find out that you're like on this huge floating building and all they want to do is make sure that you have fun, but like in ways that are really, really contrived, it's so awesome. So I like went and I was with this 16-year-old and I was her legal guardian and taking her on the open waters and all this great stuff. And I was the responsible adult and I made sure that we took advantage of every amenity the ship had to offer. We could just charge it to the room, so we got massages twice. We were doing karaoke with this guy, Dr. Glenn, who sang Wonderful You by Rick Astley every night. I don't really know that song, except that I heard it every night, and so I had to look it up to find out, and that's what it was. Anyway, we were the first in line for the chocolate buffet. We were also like 3 more times in line. And it's actually funny, for those of you who haven't been on a cruise, they have this midnight chocolate buffet. And they make this huge deal about it, and everyone gets there and they're like knocking each other over like animals to get to this chocolate. And you get there and it's like, there's like this nice, like, I don't know, this long table of like, you know, chocolate, cookies, cake, donuts, whatever. And then there's another table with the exact same thing, and the exact same thing, and the exact same thing. And the room is probably like, I don't know, 100 feet long. And they just have the same things over and over. And these people are pushing into each other to get to each station. So they have like all the strawberries, but it's like one from each like district. So maybe they think that the chef will like prepare it a little bit better. So I was like, yeah, this is what we gotta do. And I really wasn't sleeping much. I was doing improv with Second City on stage, which was really fun. I was doing like all these things that you wouldn't normally think, like playing bingo, waking up to be at the bingo place at 9 a.m. in the Spinnaker Lounge. So it was great. So, and I wanted Emily to know that like, this is awesome. We are gonna do everything. So the night comes of the hypnotist show. And I was like, we have been on stage for every show except for the one where they had the professional dancers come out and they wouldn't let people on stage because it was like not supposed to be that kind of spectacle. So I was in the front row for pretty much everything, and I kept getting pulled on stage, and we'd go around the cruise ship and people would be like, hey Cara, and I'd be like, hey guys, and everyone wanted to know what the relationship was between me and this girl who was like, well, if I was like 28 and she was like 15, it was one of those where people were like, are you the mother? Are you the aunt? And I would be like, oh no, I'm the babysitter. And it was like this lovely magical feeling, Mary Poppins thing. So we're in the front row for Brenda Kay's mesmerizing extravaganza. And we're sitting there and they're like, we need volunteers, but you have to be over 18. And Emily and I are like this. And I'm like, you're not old enough. And I'm like pushing her hand down. And they're like, get up there. So I went up there and I got hypnotized with this group of people. But I didn't believe in hypnosis, as far as like any of you would know. But there's this piece of me that wants to believe in ghosts and hypnosis and like all this stuff that's not real. So I'm on this cruise with all these people who are drinking out of coconuts and pineapples and, you know, like going down water slides, like screaming, and there's like a conga band and everything is magical. So I get up there and everyone's getting hypnotized to like dance like monkeys. And I'm in front of all these people and I'm like, I really want to get hypnotized. But I have this weird sense of like decency where I'm not going to dress like a monkey, not dress like a monkey, dance like a monkey, guys. Anyway, so I'm up there and I'm not doing the monkey thing. And then she's like, you, what's your name? And I was like, ooh, I can't snap right now. So I was like, and I couldn't remember my name. And I was like, that's really weird. So in my head, I got hypnotized into not remembering who I was. Oh, shoot. So the next morning I woke up and it turned out that I couldn't read. So the little girl that I was babysitting convinced me that the hypnotist took away ability to read because at some point I had said I was in grad school for English. So I was up there like on this ship with her. We're running around. We're trying to find a ship doctor who charges like $400 for an appointment and he doesn't take a copay. And we had to find a hypnotist, and we were calling her room, and she told us to meet her at the bar so she could unhypnotize me. And we had this big thing, and the lady at the desk was looking at me like partially like, I don't believe you, you are a stupid American. And the other side of her was like, yo, this girl can't read. So I was like, this is totally insane. So Brenda Kay, the mesmerizing Brenda Kay, and I met at the bar, and I bought her a drink because, like, what else do you do when you really want to get on someone's good side? And I'm like, I can't read, like, I'm in school for English, I'm responsible for this girl, I couldn't wake up, I was apparently hallucinating, talking about a flower growing and it opening, and this girl popped out, and she's holding a pizza moon, and it was just insane. And Brenda Kay is looking at me like, and Emily's sitting there like, ah. And then Dr. Glenn, who was singing Wonderful You by Rick Astley every night, was also in the bar, and he was like, excuse me, and I said, yes, and he said, do you have a Dramamine patch? And I was like, yes, I do. It turns out that I had had it on for 7 days at this point. You're only supposed to have it on for like 2 or 3. So that's that.